test. Okay, so I want to show how building cubes works. So in our game you can build cubes. Let me turn off for now this. So what does it mean? It means easy. Here we go. So in our game you can modify geometry of the chamber where you are going to play. A player going to play. So he can actually, like when he's playing, when he wanna build a new wall or just something that will stop physics happening, he can do that easy peasy. And a few problems with that. Like as you can see, I can kind of really do what I want to do. So I can actually even climb to any cube which is an appropriate height, and it will not let me build above, on top, and it also will predict when I wanna try to build it on top. For example, this is normally not possible, so just wanna show you a few tricks that we used when we were coding this. So first one is snap to the grid, which is super easy. Our room consists of this tiles, and each tile represents like a 1 meter or something. Doesn't matter much. Idea is that player can plan ahead. So for example, by the tiles we can see that this room is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 9 tiles wide. So player can, or we, when we are building custom levels, so we can actually draw it on the like grid kind of paper. Okay, and when player builds, he can build 3 tiles high, which means 3 cubes high. Or he can do construction like this. Yeah. And then he can build traps on these constructions. Let me find something, yeah, like for example this one or this one. As you can see, it works. So he can go around, build something fun, and then he can just do like this, and it will do. A bit laggy on my
Unbelievable! Wow.
Sorry, not the best computer to. Okay, to write the stream. Okay, so what are the challenges that we face?
That's pretty much it.
For problems, I just wrote them. It's snap to grid, which is super easy to do. When let me show you the raycast as well. Here we go, 1 frame. So when player is aiming somewhere, we just recasting it. Yeah, you can see there's a line. So for example, when he recasts somewhere, we have a location in the world, and all we do is just snap it to the grid. This way we break vector, we round each coordinate, yeah, each axis, and then we multiply it by cell size. What does this give us? And then we make new vector. That helps us to, so before we do this, we actually dividing the location to the cell size, and then we multiply each axis. First we round it, then we multiply it to the cell size. So very simple formula that gives us this snap to grid possibility. Yeah, like this. So as you can see, player can only build in the half of the tile size. So yeah, if I wanna do smaller buildable tile size, I can just divide on the less or on the high. So the tile size is 256 and the half is 128. Easy. So this one was easy to do. Not a big deal. We did it 1 year ago and it works still fine. No changes. But then we had a problem. Thing is that when we are building something on top, on the cube, for example, here's a cube, here's a cube. And this cube have another one. I will rotate it with the R. I will build one in front so I can actually climb it. Yeah, like this. Oops, and I fall down. Let me rebuild. Yeah, so now I'm on top. Okay. And I want to build here another trap. How I can understand which way it should face. And it's actually super easy, barely inconvenience. All you need to do is just check for this raycast is normal. So when this raycast hits something, he then can project normal, and you can multiply that to use it. But it's not that easy. I think it's when you convert this normal to rotator and then you're trying to use it as a rotation, it actually fails at sometimes it fails like 1% or less than 1%. Can I show you? Let me see. So I will not change it, but yeah, in order to fix that, I'm using same as I used snap. So I could extend it, made it complicated, but I use very simple method. I break rotator into values to axis, and then I just align them. So it's the same as with the snap. I divide them to the. I know that everything in my game should be divisible by 90 degrees. So I do the same. I divide it by 90, then round it, and then multiply it again to get my value. That's way when normals are a little bit off, like very small amount, it is not translated to the huge difference when they are translated to the rotator. That helps a lot. So basically it's the same as snapping to the location. This helps me snap to the rotation, snaps to the alignment in our world. Everything in this game is have just like 4 different. So yeah, let me just show you. Not 4 but 8, because it's a coupe. Yeah. So let's right click like this, and one on top. I cannot climb because it's too far. Here we go. So yeah, in order to all these traps perfectly fit location in space and rotation, I use these 2 simple hacks. Okay, once we're done with the building, let's improve experience for our player. And next one I just want to show you will be how we can hide possibilities that are not correct one. So the thing is, for example, when I have 2 cubes, yeah, and I can build trap. I can build on one of them, on another one, or in the middle. Okay, this sounds easy, but on this side I can build on the here. But if I would not do any extra coding, it will look like this. I will just turn this on. So now you will see the yellow and the gray aiming traps, and the third one, this we'll talk about a little bit later. So when I'm aiming at the edge, this trap will be proposed for the player to build it like that, and it's not good. Why I should show the player the not possible solution when there's a perfectly fine one here? And yeah, as you can see, and if I will move mouse more right, and then let's go. So yellow is what actually, like, it's a straight translation to what player can build. But the gray one, it's adjusted to the player experience, because we are working on the game, not on the engineering so far. So this helps to show less errors and hide wrong possibilities to the player. It's general helps for the playing experience. How I did that? That actually very similar to multiplayer games. One is prediction, another one is a real one. So the yellow one is the real, where I'm aiming my mouse. The gray one is the predictions that player don't want to build on the yellow one. He probably, if he will press the button here, he wants to build the real, like, buildable one option, not the one that my code is predicted. So yeah, how it was done. I created 2 different aimings. Oh, sorry for the. So I have this one and I have this one. When the player picks new trap, they both are created at the same time, and they, as you can see, there's a yellow one and there's a gray one. Gray also shows animations, and the yellow fit just to check for the collisions, because each trap have own dimensions, own geometry, so it's no way by math to solve that. Yeah. And then when I just remember the last correct state. So when I move my trap, and if it's not the error, where did I write it? Yeah, this one. A lot. So we have two sets. Here's one, meaning that, yeah, when I'm updating coordinates for this, it just two places. So this means I'm showing the trap, so it was a correct, so I can build here. Then I updating coordinates for the shadow. I call so yellow one is direct and gray one is a shadow one. And this next time when it's not possible to build, but it's possible to build as an upgrade. Yeah, some traps cannot be built on some surfaces. For example, from the get-go, I cannot build this minigun on the floor. I can build it only on the walls. And in order for my shadow to move there and to work and show the player that he cannot build here, there is this exception. This one is an exception to move my shadow to the not buildable location if it's only one problem is the upgrade. But generally I just, yeah, every time if location is buildable, I just remember this shadow location. And when I move yellow target, that mine one, if it's not buildable, I just don't remember that location. Simple as that. So time for the next target reveal. So this was about how I'm like improving player experience. My user is no longer user; he is now a player. And the next one is coup on coup. So let me, yeah, this one. So by default, how I can aim on the surface of something that is above my eyesight? It's not possible because I cannot see it. This raycast, as you can see, I cannot point to the top of that because some edges will always be preventing me. So with this new code, I will only able to build like on the wall, not on the top of the coup. Solution before was that player need to climb another coup and then he can build on other coups. But it's not convenient, so let's remove that. What we did, we just looked if player is aiming above certain location, and if he's aiming at coup, and if he's trying to build a coup, that means that he wanna try to build coup on coup. So it's a special exception, and that's why I had let me show you this set. So actually, there's 3 different targets. One is yellow, one is animation and shadow, and this one is just to check coup on coup solution. Because again, we have a free coup height, so player should not able to build above that. And as you can see, even if I am aiming over them, there's an error. I'm not sure if you can see with all these coups. Let me turn off all this. Yeah. So let's be normal again, normal build. So when player is building, he doesn't see all these different targets, how he can interact with them. It just like works. And when now we playing this game, now we are trying to build something, it's feel natural, which is what we are aiming at. Yeah, like this. And code for this prediction, building coup on coup, is again, quite easy. So every time, if this location is good for building, I just remember that for the shadow. Okay. If this location is bad for the building, but it is one that can that player can buy upgraded, I again remember that for the shadow and show this error. But if both of that cases are fail, I'm trying to solve coup on coup situation. So for that, I check if my raycast actually touching another trap. Coup is also traps. and if that one is a coup and one that player is now trying to build a coup, so it's a coup solution, a coup problem. It's not a solution yet. And then I check locations. I check in centers of both aiming and the one that is aimed at, and if the difference is 32 points, I pretty sure that player is trying to build coup on coup. So I pick location for the shadow above. One coup is above another one. Here's a 128 because it's a half, because I'm aiming from the center. And rotation is, yeah, this one for the, just to move my shadow up. And then I check dimensions, because the new coup could be out of, it could collide with something else. There could be another trap, there could be a seal. There could be a seal that should prevent from building the coup over there. So I check that, and if that is correct, I remember that for my shadow to jump over there. If not, this aiming extra is right, but actually he will be hidden because it's hidden all the time. So yeah. So with these 4 hacks that we introduced to this game, different time frame, it should be much more easier to build the torture chamber of player dream. Let me just showcase. So yeah, endgame, it's just structural physics, so it's
Focus.
sometimes
Wow.
like that. And then he can do whatever. For example, I can just do like this. It was very simple build, so I just did that and it worked. In order to be here, I just showcased it all for these different hacks: snap to the grid, snap angle, coup on coup build. Yeah, what else was? Yeah, okay, that's all I wanted to show you. Kind of tutorial for the game where you wanna give a first-person shooter ability to build blocks. Maybe you wanna build another Minecraft, I don't know. Here you go.